And Bohemian Rhapsody, from people are saying, I mean, this office, the people that, like, I don't know if there's an embargo on it, but it's got good buzz.
They are, but I do wonder if the Bryan Singer effect is going to harm that the same way that the Disaster Artist was affected because of accusations coming out at the worst possible time
in
for
regards
that
to
production.
nominations and stuff, yes. But the thing is, too, the difference here, I think that you're not going to see a Best Director nomination for him, no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's the Best Director.
You just kind of separate that
He's
from
not
everything
getting it.
else.
Best Picture is possible. You know, and Best Actor is possible.
Actor.
Again, I have to see the movie. I haven't seen it yet, but that's.
I've seen 40 minutes of it.
And are you allowed to talk about the 40 that you saw? Did you like it?
It's dope.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
From
We just,
what I've
instead
seen.
of like, I get that, and I get that people want to see the musical performances at the Oscars, but can we have like, we'll do the Star is Born stuff, we'll do whatever other music is necessary. I think we just have Queen just come on stage and just kick ass for a couple songs.
Rami Malek, man, woof, yeah.
Really great.
Have Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury with the rest of the band.
I like that idea.
I'm so torn though because
Adam Lambert wouldn't like it.
This is every sporting event you've ever been to.
He's great too. Not in the movie.
He's not in the movie.
But yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I just feel like we'll see. I mean, Bryan Singer obviously Instagrammed that thing today. We don't know what is to come.
Right.
Maybe that will affect it.
Explain that in clip
So
notes.
Bryan Singer Instagram saying that he knows Esquire is going to post an article about them. They've been doing research on him for a while, and he was trying to get ahead of it by saying that it is false. Whatever they're going to post, which we don't know, is false, and they are after something that is not accurate.
Yeah, here it is. As I have known for some time that Esquire magazine may publish a negative article about me. They have contacted my friends, my colleagues, and people I don't even know. In today's climate where people's careers are being harmed by mere accusations, what Esquire is attempting to do is reckless disregard for the truth, making assumptions that are fictional and irresponsible. This article will attempt to rehash false accusations and bogus lawsuits. This article will misuse quotes from sources that will claim to have intimate knowledge of my personal life and will also attempt to establish guilt by association simply because of people I've either known or met in the past. They will be attempting to tarnish a career I've spent 25 years to build. And incidentally, this article has been conveniently timed with the release of my film, Bohemian Rhapsody, and I am immensely proud of this film and everyone involved. I will comment further on this if necessary, but I will agree with this on one thing, that this article is definitely going to come out to hit Bohemian Rhapsody, which I think
absolutely after he was named the sole director on it, and Dexter or whatever his name is not being credited for the film.
Right. And he just got a $10 million deal or whatever to direct Red Sonja for Millennium. So I mean, look, it's the guy. Clearly, he has every right to go onto social media and say these things. Yeah. I'd like to check out the article because in this case, it seems like a lot of those accusations. There's a lot of accusations from a lot of time. Yeah. So
and I've heard stories about him for years.
Yeah.
Years.
But you like I've spent 25 years building this career they're trying to take down. It's like, well, what else were you doing in the 25 years?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
So I wonder what kind of effect that will have on the movie. And a lot of people were tweeting today because it was the number one trending thing on Twitter, at least for me. I still don't know how that works. If different things trend for different people.
They know you better than you know yourself.
Yeah,
bring
true.
up Hacksaw Ridge for a second. Bring up Hacksaw Ridge.
People,
the box office.
half the people were saying they weren't going to go see this movie anymore, and half the people were. Now, whether or not that's actually realistic, we'll see.
I'm curious to what Hacksaw Ridge did, and that was last year or the year before?
Hacksaw Ridge did
2 years ago.
Hacksaw Ridge did decent business, I believe, and held up week to week.
Made over 175 million worldwide. So
$40 million budget.
Yes.
I think it's easier to separate the director, like what you were talking about. Like if Mel Gibson was the star of Hacksaw Ridge, and I'm not even equating Mel Gibson
with Bryan Singer.
Franco
I know
or
you're saying
Singer,
controversy.
Sure.
Controversy.
I think that with the director, it's easier to distance yourself from a marketing perspective leading up to the movie because people who are on Twitter all the time are clearly going to know, and those are the people that are going to use that platform to react one way or another. My mom probably has no idea. She just wants to go see the Queen movie.
Right.
I wish that movies would release, and obviously they don't for a reason, but every movie is different with how people are getting paid. Is it points on the back end? Are they getting paid up front? Yeah. I wish people would release that so you know when you're buying a ticket to a movie where your money is going.
Right, who you're supporting.
You should be able as a ticket buyer to be like, I don't want any of this money to go to Mr. Singer.
Right.
Yeah.
I want it all to go to the nice robot boy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a good point. I think it's also the reason why they were trying to, they knew what they had inside of this movie, knew how good it was, if you believe all the buzz that's coming around it, right? Is that they got rid of him, they asked him to leave earlier because they knew they wanted to push it. Look at last year, the Kevin Spacey thing with what was the movie?
All the Money in the World.
All the Money in the World, which I still haven't seen.
Neither have I.
Really good.
It was All the Money in the World.
I heard it was awful.
I thought it was really good.
I've heard mixed things.
They got they made a move quick with that one because they didn't want Ridley Scott and everybody else, Mark Wahlberg and everyone involved, to get hit. So they made a move and recast the guy within whatever it was. I'm still curious if they would have released it as it was, would it hadn't done any different? But
it would not have done nearly.
Probably worse, right?
Yeah, I mean, all the money. The only reason it got the nomination at the Golden Globes is because of that move.
What they did, yeah, $56 million.
Yeah, they got Christopher Plummer in there, but that movie. I mean, you saw what Kevin Spacey's other movie did. Remember that movie came out?
$130 or something,
yeah.
right?
What was it?
Kevin Spacey was
Didn't
in
make
a
that
movie,
much.
and they're like, well, shit, we got this movie, we made it before the guy's stuff so
released it.
They had to release it, and it made your joke. It made a Snickers bar.
It's funny though because it's just a dirty word right now, Kevin Spacey, right? Because even like when Schmoedown questions come up that Sklisky wrote like years ago, Alice and I look at each other like. No, we're not going to ask.
We'll ask a usual suspects question still, even though you got Bryan Singer and Kevin Spacey.
Does that happen to you guys a lot?
Kevin Spacey, we try to avoid.
Franco?
Brett Ratner. No, Franco right now. I mean,
yeah, not Franco. The ones that we like, Brett Ratner.
Louis, yeah, we'd avoid Louis.
Yeah, Spacey's the most obvious one.
Any Harvey films?
Not Harvey films, because again, that's the same thing.
It's like I'd be like, who greenlit Good Will Hunting?
You'd ask no Tarantino questions then. If you got rid of all, I'm serious. I'm serious. It's a good question, but I'm just saying we will look at each other sometimes like, ooh, maybe we don't want to bring that up. Bring that.
That's
that
why we
topic
had backup questions.
That's it. So.